Okay, so the concept and the events in history that I am reading about right now using Wikipedia involve King Richard III and eventually next King Henry Tudor, where there's called a battle of the Battle of Bosworth or Battle of Bosworth, and in that event, King Richard III lost his position of king, and it was via a victory uh, being right uh, by Henry Tudor becoming king, right, and then uh, the beginning of the Tudor dynasty. Uh, this information is on our net, and I just learned it of by reading on Wikipedia, and also thinking about the information which I have heard, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard, involving the uh, idea that King Richard III was the first person in our dimension to uh, die in order to become a an android or a robot. And then this is information I heard via the Athenadridia League when I was recruited at like shortly afterwards, I think a few months even at most after becoming admiral, formalization. Uh, we have this information as well. So you're thinking, so how did King Richard III actually? Oh my gosh, I don't want to start over. You have to excuse that like attack or whatever. But King Richard III, did he die to become a robot, quote unquote, or did he actually lose his life to King Richard III's men, one of his men? No, I'm sorry, King Henry Tudor's men, because uh, the account reads that, right, with his men they defeated King Richard III. And then you're thinking, okay, so did he break his luck, or no? Did he die to become a robot, or did he uh, die from a battle with Henry Tudor? Which is it? And then do I have to contact someone who knows? Yes, I probably should. What would they tell me? I would hope. Why would I think they wouldn't? Tell me, oh, have you ever heard, if I say actually to them, him or her, have you ever heard this idea that King Richard III didn't die, or at the same time? I don't know which one, because when I think about it, it's like, how is it possible for him to have died to become a robot? What does that mean? He committed suicide somehow, or they just killed him, or in effect was killed by one of Henry Tudor's men? Which is it? It's confusing to me. I don't have the actual information because it doesn't say in our net that King Richard III died in order to become a robot. It doesn't say that. It doesn't read that. So what do I do? I have to ask someone who is from England. Have you ever heard of these concepts, and what do you think, mate? Care to have a drink at the pub and explain it to me, please? King Richard III is Irish and also has a family or from France, and right next comes the people we know as next King Rome, and then Sir Enid, King Enid, and then the afterwards the fourth administrator's name I do not know. But from that point through our history, we go down to where we are now in America strands, even or in strands of England, or going whichever direction you want in terms of country here on our planet or state, right? It all goes league too. But the information, uh, how do I acquire it regarding the event of King Richard III? There's like two events going on. I don't know what's true. This one, that one, both. Is there an order? It's like, I don't know. Because why am I hearing it firstly and talking about it on videos? This idea that he died to become a robot. And then we think of going through history, leagues, and then the fact that there's these stories and they involve liabilities and people breaking their locks and then ultimately casings, right? But firstly, was it? I would imagine even in the other side of the mirror in terms of areas of our universe, didn't they go through these concepts already before we did? They already had the BPC, so of course you would think, right? But in terms of our area and what we went through, you're thinking that from afar they know what's going on and they actually have the data on what actually happened as well. But who here on our planet actually knows the truth regarding that event? Because if you're thinking they were monitoring us from afar, they have the data right. And then I suppose all I should do is wait because for some reason I can't have the answer yet. And I might as well just sit on it until, I don't know, either at 3 ask someone or the information eventually comes out on our net or comes to me on level 2 and it 3s or whatever, yeah. Because, I don't know, doesn't seem really forthcoming as information, really, as in like, why is that? But, yeah, just wanted to put that out there. And if you haven't come across these concepts or questions yourself, what do you think?